Okay, all right guys, welcome once again to my channel. Right, this SIP-COMSYS, where you have to sip something, whether it's water or alcohol or non-alcoholic drink. You have to sip something. So this is SIP-COMSYS. You always sip computer system, right? Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to install VM Workstation, right? But first you need to go to their website. So you go into your browser, right? Google, so type VMware Station. Okay, here we have. All right, so find www.vmworkstation.com. sorry, vmware.com. so you can see here I have VMware Workstation Pro, right? This is where you can download and then also purchase the key from, right? Depending on which operating system you want to use, right? You can see the overview and the requirements that you need. I'm using Windows 11, so I'll go ahead and then install my VM. So you can see here you need 1.3 gigahertz or faster, and then 2 gig RAM, okay, or 4 gig and more. So it's recommended if you have more. So if I should check my system right now, right click and then go for system. So you can see here I have installed RAM is 24. So I know why I want the VM, so I have enough RAM so I can install machines within machine. Okay, so I minimize this because I already have it downloaded on my machine with the product key. So you have to buy it. Okay, it's not free, but if you want a free one, is what we call the VirtualBox, right? VirtualBox is free. You can download that and then what to install for your virtualization and your lab. Okay, all right, so this is the software. So I'm going to double click this. Yes, okay, so as you can see, this is a welcome wizard, right? So you go for next. So you have to accept the license and agreement, right? So you go for next. So now add VM Workstation console tools to system path. If you want, you go in for that. If you don't want it, you uncheck this. So this is the installation path, the path where your software is going to be. If you don't want that, you can click here change and then direct it to a different path, right? So since I want it to be here, so I just go for cancel and then next. Now check for product updates on startup. If I want it to be checking for product update anytime what I start up my machine, I'll allow this to be checked. I don't want that, so I'll check this. Now join the VM customer experience improvement program. It means each time there's an issue, you can send your issues to the VM Workstation trustworthy. This is the link. Okay, and I'm not ready to be sending issues to them, so I'll check that. Later I can check this box. Look at that. So next. Yes, I need it on my desktop. I need this, so I'll leave this as default. Click on next. So now ready to install VM Workstation Pro. So install. So the installation process, it depends on your processor and your RAM and then your storage. So I think my RAM is quite good, and I have my processor too is quite good. So this installation is not going to take time to finish soon. Then we'll look at the interface. Good. Now it's done, so I can go for finish. But here you see license, so I need to apply my license. So I click on license. So I need to get my key. Okay, so this is where you need to get the product key. This is my key. So I can double click this, copy, and then paste in here, and then go for enter, and then finish. So you can see it's done. Okay, now if you don't have the key to, you can use it for 30 days. Okay, it give you the room to use the VM workstation for 30 days. Alright, so I have here connect to remote server. That is, if I have a server already there which is serving as a virtualization, which is a vSphere, that's an enterprise environment, then I can connect to it. This one open a VMware virtual machine. That is, if I already have a VM machine created, I can open that from here. Or maybe I have downloaded a VM workstation which already have my operating system in there. I can just go here and open. Then I have here create new virtual machine. So this one I'm going to create a new one. So we'll look at how to create a new one later. So now let's go through this. We have a file. Okay, file to have a new window. That is, if I want to open another window from this particular one. So you can see I have one here and I have another one here. That is when you want to open new window. So open is just the same like open a new VM workstation. Okay, scan for virtualize a physical machine. That is, if I want to virtualize a physical machine to a virtual environment, I can implement that. So when I go for edit, I have here edit network this is a virtual network editor. We have preference, so this is what I'm looking for. Now you can see this is the default location for my virtual machine. So that means all my virtual machines are going to be in this default location. If I don't want that, just like me, I don't like the folder, so I normally browse. Okay, so it's in my documents, so I go there, and then since I'm there, I'm going to create my own folder. So new folder. So I'm going to name it VMware. Okay, so you can see now the path should change. Let me check again. Still, so let me right click and go for rename. Good. So VMware. Apply. Okay, now this is what I want. So I think now you leave any other thing as default as it is, but if you don't want to change this to, you leave it as default as it is. So input, so you leave these hotkeys. Now you see we have these two keys graded out. So environment, you normally use what you call the Control Alt Delete, okay, to log in, especially with the server environment and other stuff. So if you press those keys like Control or Delete, it affects your physical machine itself. So I normally uncheck one of these keys. So instead of using Control or Delete, I only use Control Delete. But if you want to use them, you can leave it as default as it is. You can see these keys are also what projected out. So if you want to use them too, you can click on them as a combination. But I don't like using all the keys, so I like using just the Control Delete. So that's the only key I'll leave in. Then we have the display. The display, leave everything default. Fit, okay. So you can see here the theme color. You should use what? The system, okay. So that means the system theme color. So if I want that, I'll just maintain. But if I want it to be always be dark, I can go in for dark, right? Or maybe light. So let me leave it as system. Utilities, leave it like that. USB, yes, this is very important. It should always ask you, because when you connect your USB drives, okay, your external drive, your pen drive, whatever USB stick, okay, you connect to your physical machine, it's going to ask you if you want to connect to the hosts or if you want to connect to your physical machine. So you select where you want your USB to be connected to. So that is one thing I like about VM Workstation. When you connect your pen drive, it's going to ask you so that you can select whether you want to connect towards your physical machine or your VM Workstation machine. So update, so you can see here the box are on check. You can see it's still here. So if I still want this, I can check this. So you see here, check for software component as needed. So this is what is important. So you should rather check for what component that is needed, right? So that one I'll leave it. So you can see automatically update to on the virtual machine. If I want that, I can check this. Okay, so you see feedback is the same place when the box are on check. When I say I don't want this, so if I want to be sending feedback, I can check this box once again and then be sending feedback. You can see this is what the link. So RAM, you can see this is the total RAM of my machine right here. Okay, so I'll leave this as default. Priority normal, so I'll leave it as default. Devices, I'll also leave this as default and then go forward. Okay, so the only thing I changed there was the keys and what path of my machines, right? View, full, auto size, and then what customize. So VM, I've not created any machine, so you can see all these are graded out. Okay, so you have tools, you only have home, go home, tab, and all that. Help, if you've installed and didn't add the keys and you want to add the keys later, then you can click here and then enter the key as well. So if you want to update, you click on update. About, but to show you the state of your VM, you see it's licensed, right? And it's telling me no expiration, so that means my machine is licensed, and it's showing the type of RAM and the name of my physical machine, my operating system that I'm using, right, and all that. So I'll go for OK. Sorry. So this is how you install VM Workstation, right? So in the next session, I'm going to show you some little tricks how to create a virtual machine and how to do the networking aspect when it's come to virtualization, right? All right, see you guys. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be bringing you more video, and wait for the next session. Okay, see you guys.